Do you know Elon Musk? Well, who doesn't, right? He's the figure who has started a revolution of electric cars, rockets, and also caused a stir in the world of social media. The question is, how did he do all that? How did Elon Musk manage to achieve such an extraordinary result? Here's how he did it. He leveraged the first principles thinking. Before you continue, make sure you subscribe to this channel. First principles thinking is a way of approaching problem solving that starts with the most fundamental building blocks of a problem. Let's use IKEA as an example to illustrate how the first principles thinking works. Imagine that IKEA wants to design a new piece of furniture. A conventional approach might be to look at what other furniture companies are doing and try to improve upon their designs. However, with first principles, IKEA would start from the very beginning by breaking down the problem into its basic components. For example, they might start by asking themselves, what are the most basic components of a piece of furniture? What materials do we need to build it? How much weight can it support? By asking these questions, IKEA can build a deeper understanding of the problem and come up with more innovative solutions. In this case, IKEA might realize that using lightweight, flat-pack materials like particle board would allow them to reduce costs, reduce shipping expenses, and make the furniture easier to assemble. So, rather than selling you a table, IKEA breaks the table into its basic components and sells it to you. When you buy a table from IKEA, you are actually buying a tabletop and 4 legs. By starting with first principles and working from there, IKEA was able to create furniture that was both affordable and innovative, and this approach has been key to their success as a company. Elon Musk is a master of first principles thinking, and he has leveraged this approach to achieve incredible success in several industries. When Elon founded Tesla, the conventional wisdom was that electric cars would always be too expensive and impractical for widespread use. However, by looking at the basic components of electric cars such as the batteries, electric motors, etc., and approaching each one with first principles, he was able to find ways to make electric cars more affordable and appealing to consumers. For example, one reason electric cars were unpopular 20 years ago is that batteries used to be expensive. Gas or petrol is still abundant and cheap, so why bother, right? Until the day Tesla came along, Elon Musk applied first principles and asked these questions. What materials are used to make batteries? Who sells the basic materials at the lowest price? How to make a battery? And he found that the average price for commercially available batteries was $600 per kilowatt hour. But by buying all the materials himself, the total cost was only $80 per kilowatt hour. The next thing he needed to do then is learning how to combine the materials to make a battery at a much cheaper and reasonable cost. The same thing happened with SpaceX. After visiting many aerospace manufacturers around the world, Elon Musk discovered the cost of purchasing a rocket was crazy expensive, up to $65 million. Given the high price, he began to rethink the problem with the first principles. He asked himself, what is a rocket made of? The answer? Aerospace-grade aluminum alloys plus some titanium, copper, and carbon fiber. He then found that he could get all the materials he needed to build a rocket for just 2% of the price. So, instead of buying a finished rocket for tens of millions, Elon Musk decided to create his own company, purchase the raw materials for cheap, and build the rockets himself. And that was how SpaceX was born. And within a few short years, SpaceX had cut the price of launching a rocket by nearly 10 times while still making a profit. And that is how the first principles thinking work. It is the act of boiling a process down to the fundamental parts that you know are true and building up from there. It is a cycle of breaking a situation down into the core pieces and then putting them all back together in a more effective way. In other words, you deconstruct and then reconstruct. Now, first principles thinking can be easy to describe but quite difficult to practice. But that doesn't mean you should ignore it altogether. Applying the first principles will require a lot of time and effort. Just like SpaceX ran many simulations, made thousands of adjustments, and required multiple trials before they figure out how to build an affordable and reusable rocket. Before we end this video, I would like to share an interesting saying from Elon Musk. I think most people can learn a lot more than they think they can. They sell themselves short without trying. One bit of advice: it is important to view knowledge as sort of a semantic tree. Make sure you understand the fundamental principles, that is, the trunk and big branches, before you get into the leaves or details, or there is nothing for them to hang on to. If you like this video, please hit the like button to show your support, and make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you will receive other great videos just like this one. Thank you for watching.